Hello and welcome to this Breathe With Me session for the new moon in Virgo. It is the 15th of September 2023 and the new moon moved into Virgo at 2:43 a.m. this morning in UK time. So this is officially, in terms of a zodiacally, I guess, I don't think that's an actual adjective, but it is autumn season. So I wanted to tell you a little bit about Virgo. It is an earth sign, and it's really very much about organization and really getting some order in our lives. And I don't think it's a coincidence that I spent an hour and a half with my accountant yesterday. You know, I feel like the Virgo energy just got me, and I wanted to get everything in stretch body mind sorted out, and we had a very long and productive meeting, and I do feel like I'm getting organized and ordered. So anyway, for those who don't know me, my name is Victoria. I am the founder of Stretch Body Mind and the creator of a number of different training programs. We have a yoga teacher training that has been running in England, Scotland, and Northern Ireland since 2014. We have Pilates instructor training, which has been running in England. No, it's not been running in England, apologies, just Scotland and Northern Ireland since 2011. And we have stretch and play facilitator training. Stretch and play is movement and mindfulness for kids. That has been running since 2007. That has been in England, Scotland, and Northern Ireland. And we have just launched on Tuesday, really to sort of bring in this new moon energy, the breathwork facilitator training. And this is a 12-week online course where people learn not just to do various breathwork techniques, but how to hold space for people who are going through the transformation that conscious breathing brings. It is something that people ask me all the time, you know, surely I don't need to be told how to breathe. I know how to breathe. I've been doing it since I was born. That is true, but the majority of us have been doing it unconsciously. And so it is, what we are doing is a conscious breath connection, a conscious, deliberate breathing action in order to affect our physical, mental, and nervous system states. So depending on the breathwork technique that you do, it can bring you into balance. It can make you feel very relaxed and chilled out and ready for bed. It can help you to really focus. It can also bring up trauma that has been sort of trapped in the body, and it allows it to release, which is lovely. For many people, breathwork has been the opportunity to get rid of years of trauma, and some of the people that have been doing breathwork have found that they've been going to, you know, counseling or seeing psychiatrists or talking about their issues for years as well, and in one session they've been able to release quite a lot. So I just think it is a wonderful practice. I have been practicing yoga myself since I was 13 years old, but to be honest with you, when I started to practice yoga, I wasn't really doing the breath work. I was making the shapes, I was doing the moves, you know, and it really wasn't until I was 33 and I trained with my teacher to learn how to breathe consciously that I felt for the first time in my life that I was breathing and experiencing life in a different way. So fast forward 15 years and I am now training other people to hold the space to do that themselves. So anyway, I wanted to get back to Virgo. I am going to read you a little bit. This is one of my favorite websites, actually. It's called refinery29.com, and I just like they always write really good things about the moon, about the sun, about the stars. And so I'm just going to share this. They say that the new moon in Virgo has arrived and it's time for you to get it together. The era of establishing some order in our lives has arrived. Starting September 14th in the US, the new moon in Virgo will bestow its gifts upon us, pushing us forward and inspiring us to be more productive in the areas of our lives that need it most. For me, the accountant, you know. This energy will bring us a fresh, organized start, and you can use it to your advantage. Virgo is a sign that likes effective time management and getting shit done. During the new moon, and the new moon time is a time for new beginnings. This is a time to set intentions and to sort of say what you would like to manifest in the next lunar cycle. So yeah, during this new moon, you may feel a stronger urge for those new beginnings. You might actually get organized in your home or in your office. I'm stop reading, I'm just telling you. So yeah, you might find yourself, particularly with this new moon being in Virgo and everything being about organization and the home, that you start to tidy up. So who really knows about spring cleaning? Actually, there's an autumn cleaning, you know, and that is, it correlates and corresponds with this new moon in Virgo. So it is an excellent time for decluttering and streamlining your routines. But be realistic. Rome wasn't built in a day, and your new and improved routine will not be as foolproof as you want it to be as you're sort of in this gorgeous new moon energy. So of all zodiac signs, Virgo is the most detail-oriented. It gives us the analytical skills we now need to see our current situations from an objective perspective. To make the best of this energy, it is really a good idea to embrace practicality, make lists, prioritize facts and figures, and analyze what needs to be changed and why. Oh, and take your time, because only then will we be set up for ultimate success. So this particular new moon aspects both the retrograde in Uranus and the retrograde in Neptune. And the planetary ruler of the new moon in Virgo is Mercury, which has just gone direct. So this means that secrets will be revealed, miscommunications might be had, and you might have some surprises that come up in the next few days. The new moon is the time to plant new seeds. It is also a time where we might find some flashes of insight or experience a major upgrade to the Virgo section of our birth chart, if you know anything about your actual astrological birth chart. So it is the time when not only are we ready for a new beginning, but we're also ready to move in a new direction. And I think that is very telling for me on a personal level, because I've been delivering, you know, the yoga training, the Pilates training, as I said, for many years, the stretch and play sessions as well. But the breath work is a new direction for me. I've been practicing it for 15 years, but it has taken me until now to actually start to train others. So I do feel like Stretch Body Mind and myself are moving in a new direction, and I'm really excited about it. So anyway, it's all about me, you know. So this is the time to decide what you want in your life. Now, it might be that you need to just take a little time to implement the change, but this new moon time is the time to sort of make decisions, write the lists, make the plans, do the pros and cons, and work out, you know, what it is that you really want. It is also a time, don't forget, we're in September, we are moving into the third quarter of the year. And so you might want to start thinking about what it is that you want to do with the rest of 2023. And don't forget that our autumn equinox is actually next week. So it really corresponds. I am very big into the solstices and the equinoxes, the high days of the calendar. And if you have been noticing, like I have, that it has been getting really quite dark earlier than it had been, that's because we are fast approaching the equinox, which is that time of equal night and day. And once we get past the equinox, which is on the 23rd of September for us in the UK, and once you get past that, you'll find the nights getting progressively longer. The sun will be setting earlier and earlier until we get right up until the 21st of December. So anyhow, I want you to think about this particular time as a sort of return to school energy, that sort of new year energy, and think of this as a time to make a head start on what you actually wouldn't mind doing next year. All right. But as I say, write the list, make the pros and cons, take some time, breathe, and be. Okay, so talking about breathing, that's what we're here for. I want you to breathe with me for the next 15 minutes. We're actually going to do probably about 10 minutes of practice, of full practice. We are just going to be seated, I'm sitting on an office chair. If you are sitting on a more comfortable chair, please sit up. I don't want you to be lounging back. You want to make sure that your back is straight, and that you've got room for your lungs, and that you can let the breath come in and out. And we are doing, it's called Samavriti, which is equal breath. Okay, so it is a Sanskrit name, a sort of yogic name for this equal breath. All we're doing in this one, you may have done this with me before, is box breathing, where you inhale for 4, hold in for 4, exhale for 4, and hold out for 4. Today is slightly different. I am not getting you to hold the breath. I want you to have a continuous inhale and exhale. And you're going to probably, it depends on how big the lung capacity is. I'm going to talk you through it first, and then I'm going to let you find your own rhythm. And I'm going to do a count of 4. So you're going to inhale for 4 and exhale for 4. But you could inhale for 6 and exhale for 6. And if you find that you can breathe even slower than that, you could inhale for 8 and exhale for 8. No matter what, I want you to have an equal inhale and exhale, especially as we're coming close to the equinox. It is that time for balance and equalness. All right. And the Virgo thing as well. After Virgo, we move into Libra, which is all about balance as well. But the Virgo, that earth sign, I want you to feel very grounded. And this breath is very grounding. Some of the breathing exercises we do, particularly if they're through the mouth, can feel quite stimulating. They can make you feel a little bit in your head. I want these breaths, okay, to go right down to the lower chakras, or really into the pelvis, the lower back, and the lower abdomen. All right. I want you to sort of feel, and I know, like, our breath, our lungs actually do stop about midway down, but I actually want you to visualize that breath is going lower. All right, you're going to breathe right down into the tailbone, into the sacral chakra, into the solar plexus, and you're going to breathe out from there. All right, and every time you do, I want you to feel that sense that you are grounding yourself and balancing yourself. And this is important for all of us. I find it that this is a very important breath for me because I live with 2 Virgos. So my son and my partner are both Virgo sun signs. And if you are a Virgo, there's a huge perfectionist streak in your life. And Virgos can be incredibly hard on themselves. And sometimes I think that Virgo energy, you feel that I find that you're a little bit hard on yourself as well. So please be realistic about the plans that you make, the things that you want to manifest, not just for this lunar cycle, but also for the next quarter, or from the equinox to the solstice, and even back into 2024. But be realistic and don't beat yourself up if it doesn't all happen at once, because, you know, it's real life. Okay, so one of the things I would say as well, if you want to, and you're watching the recording, please feel free to play some nice music in the background. I don't put music on these because I upload them to YouTube and I don't want there to be any copyright issues. But you might, you know, it depends. I just want you to choose music that suits you. Otherwise, you just stay with the count, and remember, you can increase the count. So, have you got your glass of water ready? So this breath is about grounding us, relaxing our body, allowing the mind to focus a little bit. The counting will help to keep that left brain occupied so that you stay here in the moment. Remember, our mind has a tendency to project into the future or go back into the past, but the breath keeps us in the present. So I want you to remain in the present. As I said, we're going to do this for around about 10 minutes. At about 2 minutes to go, I will probably get you to stop the count and just feel into the breath. And when we come to past, I will actually just switch off. So I want you to either go to sleep or get up and get on with your day. All right. So let's go. We're sitting tall, shoulders back, spine relaxed. 2-year-olds leaving the room. Good. If it feels safe and comfortable for you to do so, can you please allow your eyes to close? As we know, when we close our eyes to the external world, we open them up to what is going on internally. And we're just noticing the body. Noticing any points of tension. Noticing the mind as well. Any emotions that are really prevalent. Then we're not letting them go. We're just noticing them. We're not judging them. We're just, there they are. And if you are able to, I also want you to close your lips and breathe in and out through the nose. Good. Let go of the breath that you have. And when you're ready, breathe in for 1, 2, 3, 4. Breathe out. 2, 3, 4. Breathe in. 2, 3, 4. Breathe out. 2, 3, 4. Breathe in. 2, 3, 4. Breathe out. 2, 3, 4. Breathe in. 2, 3, 4. Breathe out. 2, 3, 4. Breathe in. 2, 3, 4. Breathe out. 2, 3, 4. Breathe in. 2, 3, 4. Breathe out. 2, 3, 4. Breathe in. 2, 3, 4. Breathe out. 2, 3, 4. Breathe in. 2, 3. Breathe out. 2, 3. Breathe in. 2, 3. Breathe out. 2, 3. Breathe in. 2, 3. Breathe out. 2, Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in.
Mommy's working. Mommy's working.
Please let any sound be a backdrop to your breath. Try and stay focused. 1 more minute of counting, of equal inhale and exhale. This point, you can let go of the count and just come back to noticing again. Notice if you can feel the breath right down in those lower chakras, right down in the hips and the pelvis, the lower back and the lower abdomen. Notice if you were able to maintain the count, but don't judge yourself if it didn't work. Don't forget, there's always another breath coming. We get opportunity after opportunity to breathe consciously. Please stay here for 1 minute more. And then depending on your circumstances, you can begin to wiggle fingers and toes and waken the body up. And then slowly and gently get on with your day. Or you can allow yourself to rest back and go to sleep. No matter what, make sure that you do drink some water. Perhaps grab a pen and a piece of paper and start making those lists. Happy new moon in Virgo.